Good day all. It is 6:25 p.m. on what they tell us is the 14th of July 2025. It's all up for debate, discussion, something to philosophise over, but hey ho. I'm Basil, broadcasting Truth and Therapy, BBTT. Here I am using the talking stick. On my channel, the Self-Preservation Society, or Truth and Awareness on YouTube. And I've been perusing over this subject for must be a week or so now, but I'm going to address it to you and see if through my words and my intentions I can empower, enlighten and enable you, because that's all I seek to try and do. Going to talk about your God. Even you, the atheist, you have a God. Your God may be Buddha, Krishna, Allah, whoever. Maybe something outside of you that you seek to justify your existence. But the words of Jesus, this figure called Jesus, when he said, "I tell thee, ye are all gods," he's right, but only in the creator sense. I say only, it's the most important aspect. You create everything that you experience. You are your own God, and you create it through your subservience, your fear, your ignorance, your compliance, your apathy. You could create it through your ego, through the power that you perceive you have of your mind. It's not your mind. It's just something you use within this third dimensional reality, and indeed beyond. When you go into what they call the spiritual realms are here in another way, shape or form. The only difference is when you pass, you don't take the body with you. You take everything else with you. And you see things as you've always seen them. Whether you be in this third dimensional reality or beyond it. Nothing will ever change. Your gods will be the same. Those that I've mentioned, those outside of you and those aspects of you within, the ego, the mind, the emotion, this, that and the other, it's all your gods. But you don't understand what God is. God is you, as Jesus said, "I tell thee, ye are all gods." You are the creator, and you create your reality by your fear, ignorance, compliance and apathy, your ego, your emotions, your mind. You create all that it is. It's an amazing, amazing system. When, like me, with all humility I say this, you start to consciously awaken to that fact. But until you're ready to do that, nothing will ever change. And you will continue within the program of the mind, the ego, the emotions, within the program of the spiritual aspect of self. You will continue reaching outside of you with all those qualities that I've just mentioned to somebody to come and save you, to pray to. When you pray, P-R-A-Y, you become the prey. The sooner you wake up to that, the quicker you will become consciously awakening to the true self. Every God outside of you I've ever studied, at best, is an extraterrestrial or an alien. Alien meaning stranger. and at worst, a demonic spiritual being, an archon. And for those of you that don't know, are not aware of, these archons, and I urge you to do your own studies and start with John Lamb Lash, probably the greatest scholar on the Gnostic teachings that I've ever come across. Lots of people, including myself, will tell you they've got a bit of knowledge about the Gnostics, this, that, and the other. And indeed they might have. I might have. But it's not enough. Not enough. Gnostic means knowledge. You know that, don't you? Lots of people will tell you that they have a good, sound foundation on the Gnostics, but strongly urge you to go and look at the work of John Lamb Lash, for that. And then, if you do, like with all things, come to your own awareness. But he talks about the archons, and the archons, which simply mean ruler, cannot create anything. They do not have the ability to create, possibly because they're not conscious in the way that we are on a soul level. However, if they're conscious of anything, it's conscious of our ignorance, our compliance, our apathy and our fear, and they feast upon that as they do our emotions and whatever, and our spirit, our spiritual aspect of self. They love that because that's where they're at. I'm seeing more and more. It may have something to do with AI, it may not. While I think about that, go and look at Dr. Eric Berg's last one, where he challenges AI. And again, come to your own conclusions and awareness. Entirely up to you. You can lead a horse to water. You can lead a person, a man, a woman, to knowledge. You can't make the horse drink, and you can't make the person, the man, the woman, think. And if they are stuck in their humanness, it is really hard to make somebody think. Really, really hard. That's why I've realised that what I try to do is so challenging. Because I'm trying to speak to you man to man or man to woman, and most people listening are just human beings. They identify as that, and some of those that identify as human beings also identify as spiritual beings, and that's it. So I realise how challenging it is. Come to the awareness how challenging it is for someone like me, again with all humility, to actually get the message across that I seek to do on my channel, on my uploads. Whether you're listening to them on either of the BitChute channels, Rumble, Brighteon, Odyssey, or YouTube, it's really difficult for me to try and express to you in words that which I feel and have a knowing of and am aware of. And so I applaud those like John Lash, for instance, who are able to do it. It's maybe a failing on my part, which I hold my hands up to. However, it doesn't deny or decry my intention, and my intention is pure and honourable. But archons can't create. They can only take what's created, and then through that energy, frequency and vibration of that creation, they can manipulise it and mess about with it and make it their own. And you see that a lot. I'm seeing it a lot on Facebook. I like to watch, to chill out, to turn off. I watch people like Post 10 going around cutting grass for free, and the lawn care channel, the boring channel, and people like that. And more I'm seeing people downloading their intellectual content, that which they've created and own themselves, and passing it off on their own. I see that on all different subjects. Readers, I watch a few readers because I like to see if I feel anything from them. Tarot readers, etc., etc. And like to see if I can feel anything from them. But all too often, their content is being taken. And it is a simple trick for you people that watch or listen to, let's just say tarot readers, but I'm sure you can use it for any other thing. So you're watching a tarot reader and you might make a comment. And then somebody with the same name says, I've been drawn to you. They comment underneath, reply to you. Please add me as a friend. What they're doing, they're soliciting, and they want your money. So what I do, the original page I'm watching, click on it and open up a message box, knowing that I know that that is the original content creator. And then I click on the reply that has been sent to my comment, click on their profile, open up a message box, and if another one opens, then I know that who's replied to me is false. And I make it clear to them that I know that. There's a trick for you if you didn't already know that. But anyway, when I see this, it makes me think even more about the teachings that John Lash shares with us about the archons, and they can't create anything. And it takes me back to Castaneda and the predator mind, and I'm of the firm and utter conviction and awareness that the universe was singular in its inception, and what Castaneda called the predator mind, that which come from outside the universe to feast on it, to harvest its energy, its frequency and vibration, in doing so created duality. John Lash will tell you the teachings of the Gnostics and how this happened with Sophia, a female juvenile god, as it were. The story's the same, whichever way you look at it. You know, life can only come from the female, and then it's corrupted and bastardized and dominated by the masculine. Don't matter which way I look at it, that is how I see and I feel it, and I'm aware of it. You might be different. Well, that's all good. My 40-year journey has brought me to this point, and I may well turn out to realise the real lies that I'm wrong. But at the moment, and for an awful long time, I have a knowing and awareness that I'm not wrong. Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here doing this, talking to you. Your God is ultimately you. The only true God that you ever want to consider is you. And understanding, coming to awareness of you, the Creator God that creates all that it experiences. you might be having a shit life this time, but it's something you, the soul, has brought back with you in order that you may learn. Don't get attached to your pain. Don't get attached to your trauma, what you may experience. Seek to understand what that pain and that trauma is teaching you. Because that's what you come here for. To learn about these things and to become aware and to evolve. You are the Creator God. There is nothing outside of you. You are a microcosm of the macrocosm that is the one, the whole. You have to take responsibility for everything. Otherwise, as you can see in this third dimensional reality, others will gladly be responsible for you. Be it government or whatever, however, priest, vicars, this, that and the other, they want your energy, frequency and vibration. If you look at everything outside of you as an archon, be suspicious, question, until you know by sorting the wheat from the chaff. Open your heart to all things and all people, but don't let them, all things and all people, abuse that heart. Take responsibility for your words, deeds and actions, and do not allow others to be responsible for your words, deeds and actions, and to profit off your words, deeds and actions. I've just put a comment on somebody's post, and I'm not going to name the person. Their heart is pure, full of all good intention. They spend a lot of time telling you how this world's run, why it's run the way it is by governments to profit off you, this, that and the other. And then they have just put a post up saying how difficult it is to run a business. And I thought to myself, you couldn't make this fucking shit up. And I put words to the effect, so don't focus on running a business then. Because that's all part of the matrix that controls you. Don't seek to make a living. Seek to understand what it is to live. And that's all you've got to do, people. All you've got to do. Seek to understand what it is, what it means to actually live. And when you can do that, whether it be here in this third dimensional reality or beyond it, when you can do that, you'll know what it is to live and you'll simply live. You can't die for the life of you, so don't think that's your escape. All you can do is, in whatever reality you are in, third, fourth, fifth, whatever, is seek to become aware of how to live within that frequency and that vibration. That's what you got to do here in the third dimension. Seek to understand how to simply live in this frequency and this vibration. I tell thee, ye are all gods. You create that which you're experiencing. So don't moan about it unless you're going to do something about it. And then by all means, moan about it. And stand in your power and do something about it and change it Otherwise, what you tolerate will continue. Not just here, you can't escape it. You cannot escape your mindset. You cannot escape your emotions. You cannot escape your ego. What you can do is control them and master them. Whatever reality you're in. Whatever persona you are or believe you are. Controlling and conquering the self and understanding the self, and you will become aware of your status as a God, not just a God, a creator. And until that time comes that you're prepared to put the work in, to be resolute and humble and focused, you will keep experiencing everything again, and you'll keep bringing it back with you in different timelines, in different incarnations, in different realities. You'll keep bringing it back with you until you become consciously aware and transcend the mind, the ego, the emotions and the spirit to the true self. And you balance the equilibrium of that true self with love, humility and integrity, without fear. Without fear. Before I go, I'm going to tell you, Andrew Bridgen, I think I pronounced that right, forgive me if I haven't, just recently posted about how they've put something through, I think they put it through Parliament, where we've always been led to believe that when you vote for somebody in your constituency, they are there to represent you as a constituent. Not anymore. They are there to represent the party that they represent. Not you, but the party that they represent. When you look at Dominic Cummings and what he said, you must have all seen it by now. The cabinet meetings are a farce. The cabinet office, the civil servants who get their orders directly from your owners, they bring the script in. It's just a charade. So if you're going to have this belief in Parliament, then you must stand as an independent. Somebody must do it, and you're somebody. I'm not interested in it. Really not interested in it in any way, shape or form. Many of you are, I know that. But not me. So if you want to do it, do that. Do that. If you want to swear allegiance to the flag of your country, then do so with the full knowing that that flag identifies you as separate from anyone else by your controlling masters, archons that rule over you. Me, I'm a man of the earth. I am an earthling, an earth man. Have you ever seen that film, The Man from Earth? Go and have a look at it. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant film. But I am a man from Earth. I might be born of my mother in this land called England. I never called it England. It was here when I got here. The earth has always been here as the earth. And then it's been subdivided up into different countries of the earth to keep human beings fighting against each other. And they do it really well. Do it really well. Those people in those islands of Borneo, they don't have a flag. They just live on the earth. Those people in the Amazonian rainforest, those tribes there deep, deep in the Amazon, they don't have a flag. They just live on the earth, in harmony and balance with the earth. That's their God. Inimaka, Gaia, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call her. She gives life to all things. And yet this masculine God said, I give man, not human beings. Remember, people, human beings, you will not find those two words anywhere in the Bible together. Human beings. In the Bible, this masculine God said, I give man. And he meant woman as well. But he said, I give man dominion. Dominion over the birds, the fowl of the air, the beasts of the land, the plants, etc., etc., etc. He said, I give man dominion. It's really important you understand this, those of you that identify as human beings. That's why the archons, your masters, your rulers, controllers, can control you. Because you've yet to man up and remember who you were in the physical, much less who you are within. None of you, very few of you, can ever get beyond the spiritual self. And you laud your spiritual self and promote your spiritual self as some kind of guru, avatar, deity. In the words of Nan Taylor, what a fucking liberty. What a fucking liberty. Liberty. Something given to you. You have to realise that. We've realised the real lies. Liberty is something given to you by somebody that controls you. I am that which I am. Nobody anymore holds dominion or power over me, no control over me, because, quite simply, I have no fear. I know, I have a knowing, I have an awareness that you cannot die for the life of you. You can only experience in different realities. That's all you can do. And you'll continue to do it until you become aware and have an awareness of what it is to actually live and to be. Your God is not what you think it is. You are not what you've been led to believe you are. For pity's sake, wake the fuck up. This message resonates. Share the message. Don't share me. Share the message. Wherever you can. From whatever platform you watch it on. You're not sharing me. You're sharing the message. And you'll only do it if you're a man or a woman. You won't even consider it if you're simply a human being or some spiritual aspect of that. Because you have little understanding, comprehension, or resonance with anything that I bring to you. So that's my challenge to you. I don't want your money. Don't want you to pay me. I want you to pay attention to all that I've said and all that I've said throughout my channel. And just a reminder to those of you on BitChute, I cannot engage with you. I don't have a VPN. Got no interest in getting a VPN. I have other platforms if you want to engage with me, or my email is in the description box below where you're listening. Share the message though, don't share me. I tell thee, ye are all gods. For pity's sake, wake the fuck up. One more thing before I go. Those floods in Texas. The thought occurred to me, and it may be completely and utterly wrong, that they somehow have the power, the technical abilities, whatever, to raise the water up from the aquifers and the water table, as well as what's coming down ahead of us. I've been thinking about that a lot, and I think, they call it liquefaction and this and that. But to bring that water up from below, to add to what's falling, as we witnessed in Texas, this and especially, and North Carolina and Tennessee a few months back. Think about that. I may be completely and utterly wrong, but I never stop thinking, and I never stop questioning. You should do the same. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mitachoi Ayasin, we are all related, we are all relatives. But I tell you, and I'll never stop telling you, we're all connected. Wake up to that.